Good evening, and welcome to the organizational meeting of January 7th, 2013 of the Revere City Council. We all rise and salute the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, the way this works is we're about to elect the president of the City Council. The clerk will call the roll. When your name is called, you announce who you wish to vote for president. You have to take the regular roll call. I apologize. The clerk will call the roll.
Roll call of the members in attendance. Councilor Arrigo.
Here.
Here. Councilor Correggio.
Here.
Here. Councilor Janino.
Here.
Here. Councilor Guanasso.
Here.
Here. Councilor Haas.
Here.
Here. Councilor Novoselsky.
Here.
Here. Councilor Patch.
Here.
Here. Councilor Penta. Here. Councilor Powers.
Here.
Here. Councilor Reardon.
Here.
Here. And President Pro Temp Zambuto.
Here.
Here. A quorum is present. The election of the President of the City Council will now take place. Councilor Arrigo.
Councilor Ira Novoselsky.
Voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Correggio.
Councilor Ira Novoselsky.
Voting for Novoselsky. Councilor Janino.
Councilor Novoselsky.
Voting for Novoselsky. Councilor Guanasso.
Councilor Ira Novoselsky.
Voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Haas. Voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Novoselsky.
Councilor Ira Novoselsky votes for Ira Novoselsky.
Voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Patch.
Councilor Richard Penta.
Councilor Patch voting for Richard Penta. Councilor Powers.
The gentleman from Ward 2, Councilor Ira Novoselsky.
Councilor Powers voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Penta.
Councilor Ira Novoselsky.
Councilor Penta voting for Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Reardon.
Councilor Novoselsky.
Councilor Reardon voting for Councilor Novoselsky and Councilor Zambuto.
Councilor Ivan Novoselsky. I couldn't pronounce his name.
Councilor
See that?
Zambuto
First
voting
time I
for
ever mispronounced your name.
Councilor Novoselsky. Councilor Novoselsky has been elected President of the Revere City Council for 2013.
Ashley go. Where'd Ashley go? Ashley.
We will now proceed with the oath of office for the City Council President. Councilor Novoselsky, raise your right hand and repeat after me using your own name after I say aye. I
Ira Novoselsky,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
all
the duties incumbent upon me
the duties incumbent upon me
as President of the Revere City
as
Council
President of the Revere City Council,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth.
of the Constitution of laws in the Commonwealth of
So
Massachusetts.
help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Councilor.
Got to learn how to use this thing. Thank you very much. Thank you to my colleagues. And now we will go on to the election of the vice presidents.
This is for the election of the Vice President of the Revere City Council. Councilor Arrigo.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Correggio.
Councilor Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Janino.
Councilor Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Guanasso.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Haas. Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Novoselsky.
Councilor Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Patch.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Powers.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Penta.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Reardon.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Councilor Zambuto.
Councilor Jessica Janino.
Voting for Councilor Janino. Jessica Janino has been elected Vice President of the Revere City Council. Councilor Janino, please raise your right hand and repeat after me using your own name after I say aye. I
I, Jessica Janino,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as Vice President of the Revere City Council,
as Vice President of the Revere City Council,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth.
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dean of the council means a maintenance man, too. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see all the dignitaries here from our delegation from the State House, Mr. Mayor, Chiefs, Doherty, Caffarelli, and all my dear friends, my friends that came in from out of town. Thank you for joining us today at our organizational meeting of the Revere City Council. I do want to thank and congratulate Jessica, our rookie, for becoming vice president. It's a great honor, and hopefully there won't be an opportunity for her to take my place up here during the year. So we thank her for that, and at this time, again, thank you for everybody for all your support. I look forward to working with the mayor this year, our state delegation, Representative Reinstein, Speaker DeLeo, Senator Petroselli, our state treasurer, Steve Grossman. Thank you for coming down. Our friends from Winthrop, Peter Gill, the council president of the town council. I don't know if I missed anybody. I'm sorry if I did. I got to thank, of course, I got to thank my family for coming down today. My son Seth and my granddaughter Olivia Rose. Thank you. Of course, my dear friend Nancy Goldstein, my treasurer and my confidant, and she does everything that someone's supposed to do to work with a counselor. She does a great job, and I thank her for that. To all the department heads, I look forward to working with every single one of them, as all our counselors up here do. I thank everybody, all my counselors again, the department heads, and even, we have all the leaders here from all the departments. But a lot of the work doesn't get done unless you go down into the grassroots. You go down to Public Works, down to our firefighters, to our police officers. They get the work done. We ask them what to do to get things done. They get it done, and I thank them for that. And I look forward to working with them and helping them out any time during the year that we may need it. So thank you very much for that. And at this time, I would like to introduce the mayor of the city of Revere for the State of the City address, Daniel Rizzo. Congratulations. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you all. Mr. President, honorable members of the City Council and the Revere School Committee, Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for being here. Senator Petroselli, Representative Reinstein, and of course our State Treasurer, Steve Grossman. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us this evening. Before I begin, I would like to recognize and thank my wife, Jane, my mother and father, My father, unfortunately, was a little under the weather, so he couldn't be here with us. But my mother is here, along with my brother Paul. And without all of their love and support, this work that we were able to get done this past year simply just would not have been possible. And I really want to thank you for that support. As I've said many times before, and undoubtedly will say many times again, the city of Revere is an incredible place to live, work, and raise a family. Named after one of America's most renowned patriots, Paul Revere, we are a city that has built a rich history based on hard work and fostering community spirit. It is this hard work and community spirit that has allowed us to flourish in the past and is what will continue to bring us together to accomplish great things. We're a diverse urban community with the feel of a small town, a community that knows the value of coming together to unite in common purpose. But we are still faced with many challenges. 1 year ago, I stood before you and made a promise to improve the quality of life for the members of our community. I made a promise to work diligently to ensure that the streets of our city are places where our children, family members, and neighbors feel safe to walk. A promise to ensure that our children receive a quality education that they need and deserve. A promise to work as hard as I could to make sure that every Revere resident who wanted to work and needed a job had that opportunity, and that local businesses feel confident that the city of Revere is a place they can succeed. A promise to make sure our residents' voices are heard and that their tax dollars are being used efficiently and effectively. We have worked day in and day out in partnership with local community organizations, elected officials, economic stakeholders, and members of our community to find solutions. Together, we've worked to address the many issues and challenges we all face, and I believe have made significant strides in delivering on these promises. Since last year, under the leadership of Joe Caffarelli, the Revere Police Department has increased foot patrols along our central business districts to make sure that the busiest stretches of our city remain safe and attractive for members of our community to gather. My administration has worked in collaboration with surrounding towns to apply for funding that will bolster drug enforcement in the region, and I am working to allocate more resources to Revere's drug unit to ensure our community is adequately protected. Within the next 30 days, we plan on opening a new police substation on Pleasant Street, just across the street from the former police station. And through a reallocation of existing financial resources and in conjunction with information gathered using our new CityStat model, we have identified funding that will allow us to hire 5 new police officers effective immediately. I've also worked hand in hand with Fire Chief Gene Doherty to strengthen the city's Emergency Management Committee to ensure that we have comprehensive resources in place when confronting natural disasters. In the coming year, I will work with Chief Doherty to strengthen our fire department's ability to respond effectively to emergencies, explore more cost-effective quality emergency management transport services, and partner with the Revere Police Department to make sure that assignment distribution and city ordinances are promoting a positive environment for our officers and firefighters alike. When I spoke to you last year, the city of Revere was facing critical problems following unexpected growth in our student population. Our children are the lifeblood and future of our city, and we share an equal obligation as a community to give each and every child the best possible chance for success in life. I've worked hand in hand with Superintendent Dr. Paul Dakin and members of the Revere School Committee to make sure that our children will indeed have these opportunities. As evidence to the success of our students are achieving, MCAS scores were second only to Cambridge in the entire urban school district. This is a real tribute to our dedicated teachers and results-driven administrators. The new McKinley School, soon to be renamed the Sergeant James J. Hill School, will be the final piece to an original 10-year plan to build 5 new schools. This new state-of-the-art facility will service 690 children. And my thanks to you, Treasurer Grossman, for the $28 million that you're providing and helping make that happen. We will be funded at the 80% level by the Massachusetts School Building Authority. Children's parents and faculty have waited long enough to see this new school come to fruition, and I am very excited to now see it falling into place. I would be remiss if I did not mention another bit of news that will go hand in hand with this new school building. Sports and recreational opportunities, particularly for the 7,000 or so school-age children, is important to me. I have appointed a new director of Parks and Recreation, Michael Hinojosa, who will do his utmost to see that these opportunities exist and are offered to every extent possible. One tool that he will have at his disposal is a long-awaited new track and football field. The Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs has awarded the City of Revere $2.72 million for the reconstruction of Harry Delarusso Stadium. This will be a brand new state-of-the-art facility that will serve the needs of our community for decades to come. This will formally be announced at a press conference at Harry Delarusso Stadium on February 5th at 10:30. One last point I'd like to highlight with regards to our school department is the creation and implementation of a newly formed JROTC program. This was made possible through the hard work of many, but no doubt the driving force was the Revere High School principal, Dr. Lorenzo Garcia, and our Veterans Affairs agent, Nick Buller. Major Deborah Bowker and Sergeant Major Rob Callender have provided incredible leadership as the stewards of this program. I applaud their aggressive community involvement during their only first 4 months in existence. As a veteran, I know the importance of service, discipline, and commitment. I am proud of the over 100 students that have already volunteered for this esteemed program and look forward to see this program and these young cadets continue to grow and flourish. My administration has worked tirelessly to showcase investment opportunities and bring much-needed commercial growth to our city by building and instilling confidence in local, regional, and national interests. I have personally worked at forging a strong bond between City Hall and our Revere Chamber of Commerce. Business growth and development is important to us because we know it is critical to create a stable tax base and viable local economy for our residents. As a coastal community located just minutes from Logan Airport in downtown Boston, Revere has much to offer. This past October, the City of Revere, under the guidance of our Economic Development Director, John Festa, with the help of our city planner, Frank Stringy, and the help of our new manager of Healthy Community Initiatives, Kate Blackford, and Economic Development consultant, Paul Rupp, held the city's first ever Economic Development Summit. I also should acknowledge Bob Button and John Doherty of CDM Smith, along with Howard Cook and his talented team at Sound and Vision Media for their help in the preparation and delivery of this first-class presentation. This presentation highlighted the various investment opportunities that exist within the city's confines of 10 square miles. Over 150 private and corporate developers attended the summit and toured the many potential sites that we felt were ripe for development or redevelopment. I am pleased to say that follow-up conversations with many of these participants are ongoing. My office will continue to nurture these budding business relationships and incentivize new investments whenever possible to help spur job creation, foster a business-friendly environment, and ensure that Revere is an economically stable city for generations to come. I have always said that I believe that Revere will always do well based on our own natural resources and attributes. However, I feel compelled to talk about an issue that could potentially transform this city overnight by virtue of its massive potential for job growth, as well as tens of millions of dollars in new revenues. I'm talking, of course, about the proposal to build a brand new $1 billion resort-style casino at Suffolk Downs. Since virtually my very first day in office, conversations have been ongoing with Suffolk Downs, as well as with members of our community, to put together a mitigation package that would eventually lead to a signed host community agreement with Suffolk Downs and their partners. This has been an arduous and at times frustrating process. However, I am very pleased to say that I do believe we are very close, possibly just a few weeks away. Am I close on that? Maybe. From bringing this agreement to fruition. It is important to me and my negotiating team that we have an agreement that is fair to the developer as to not put them out of business before they open, but also fair to our residents who will live with this agreement and its subsequent impacts for at least 15 years or more. I have a responsibility as the mayor of this city that our interests are protected and that our residents will benefit from this project, not be hurt by it. Throughout my campaign last year, I made a promise to manage our city's finances with a clear vision for the future that emphasizes and prioritizes two things: transparency and accountability. In an effort to realize these promises, my office has been committed to making fiscal decisions that will drive our financial planning system towards performance-based budgeting. This will ensure that Revere's goals are consistently being met in an effective and efficient manner. The City of Revere was fortunate to receive not one, but two separate grants to implement the CityStat program. These grants will fund interns, or have funded interns, from both the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University and the Collins Center at the University of Massachusetts. A leadership strategy that employs data-driven management systems to monitor and improve the performance of all city departments to produce clearly specified and goal-oriented results. This is what we're looking for when we look to put our budget together. We're looking for results, and we're looking to spend our money in the best possible way we can to produce those results. And that's where CityStat and this model that's being used across the state and across the country will come into play. I am very proud of our finance team, led by our Director of Finance, George Anzoni, our City Auditor, Laurie Giardella, and our entire Board of Assessors, including Chairman Andy Iavana, John Varengia, and Dana Brangiaforti. I want to thank them for their input and cooperation as we undertake these very different but important changes on how we look at the overall budgetary process. We will launch the full CityStat program this April that will produce budgets that allow our city to thrive and grow. Finally, with regards to performance-based budgeting and in keeping with our theme of maximizing our return on tax dollars being spent, I must mention our Public Works Department under the leadership of Superintendent Don Goodwin. It is no secret to us in local government just how shorthanded this department is. Yet, in spite of this deficiency in manpower, the members of this department are out there each and every day doing their best at keeping our streets clean, responding to water and sewer main breaks, and performing other duties, such as repaving streets and sidewalks, maintaining our parks and playgrounds, and cutting down erroneous branches and uprooted tree limbs. We have introduced a work order management system to track the progress of these requests. I am so proud of how they have not only accepted this new way of carrying out their day-to-day obligations, but how they've embraced it. Their work often goes unnoticed by many of us throughout the community, but the work they do, no doubt, adds significantly to the quality of life that we all enjoy. The same holds true for our Building and Inspectional Services Department, led by our Director of Inspectional Services, Nick Catanazzo. Nick and his department are charged with enforcing the city's many building, zoning, and health code ordinances. To maintain order, they must oftentimes do their job with a pen and a citation book. However, more times than you'd think, they enforce these ordinances by virtue of a helpful recommendation or a caring and thoughtful instruction as to what is expected. Their collaboration with officials from our police and fire departments in launching our newly formed Safe Housing Initiative has been tremendous. Their collective work in ensuring that homes throughout the city of Revere are free from overcrowdedness and unsafe conditions will without question lead to healthier, more stable neighborhoods. Lastly, while we as an administration have been trying to fulfill the many promises we made this time last year, I believe that the most important promise that I personally made was one that didn't center around safety, education, jobs, or the economy, at least not directly. 1 year ago today, I told you that I wanted to make sure that the city of Revere is built on a foundation of community input, one that listens to the suggestions, criticisms, ideas, and beliefs of its constituents, and allows residents to have a voice in the policy process. And that's what we've done. In addition to the many organizations that were already doing great work, such as the Revere Beautification Committee, the Revere Beach Partnership, and the many and the Beachmont Improvement Committee, along with the many designated crime watch groups across the city, we've created many more opportunities for resident and concerned citizens to provide input. We created the Revere Neighborhood Advisory Council and the Broadway Advisory Council to allow for collaboration between residents and government in the policy building process. We've maintained our commitment to create an office for New Revere residents that welcomes new community members to our neighborhoods and provides them with the information they need to succeed and find happiness in our town. By providing residents with the opportunity to get involved, we're ensuring that the needs of the community are met and that the priorities of our friends, family, and neighbors are what come first. My office will continue to promote these initiatives and honor this commitment in the years to come. We've made measurable progress as we work to find efficient, effective, and sustainable solutions for many challenges that we face together. A process that has been catalyzed by the continued input of our elected officials, small businesses, social, charitable, and civic organizations, and of course from our neighbors and community leaders. We all have a role to play in building our future, neighborhood by neighborhood, block by block. Each day I am reminded how blessed I am to serve a city that places such value on the members of our community, and feel honored to have the opportunity to represent our interests in the region and across the Commonwealth. Thank you for your trust and for your continued support. God bless all of you. God bless the men and women of our armed forces, and God bless the city of Revere.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to recognize our members of our school committee that are here tonight. Anytime, Mr. McGuire. You thought I forgot you, didn't you? I can't help it. But I do want to recognize Dr. Dakin, our superintendent. Stacy Rizzo, Fred Sinella. What's the next guy's name? Oh, okay, Shalom. Dan McGuire. Michael Ferranti. And as I'll always know her as Miss Ty. And of course, Donna Wood Pruitt. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a little business to conduct. And I want everybody to know that I'm ruling with a thumb tonight. So
Mr.
no
President.
fooling around.
Point of personal privilege.
Councilor Powers, point of personal privilege.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I'd like to mention the fact that this city and this city council lost a valuable resident of this city who left a very strong impact on our city during his years here as a resident. William Flynn served this city not only as a city councilor, as a city council president, but also as president of the Revere Little League. His attitude toward the city of Revere was being all about the city of Revere, putting Revere first, whether it was voting on the city council on an issue, spending time in the Oak Island section where he lived, or serving as president of the Little League. I'm going to ask in a few minutes everyone to stand in a moment of silence for William Flynn, but I have a resolution here that was passed by the City Council that I'd like to read, Mr. President.
Please do, Councilor.
Resolution of condolence. Whereas former City Councilor William C. Flynn has rendered conspicuous, faithful, and honorable service to the citizens of the city of Revere. And whereas Almighty God, in his infinite wisdom, has called former City Councilor William C. Flynn to his eternal reward. And whereas the sad calling from our midst of former City Councilor William C. Flynn leaves a vacancy in the official family of the city of Revere that will be difficult to fill, and a memory that will long be cherished. Now therefore be it resolved that the members of the Revere City Council extend to the family of City Councilor William C. Flynn, on behalf of the citizens of Revere, our heartfelt sympathy and sincere regrets on their profound loss. And be it further resolved that in recognition of the former City Councilor Flynn's service to the citizens of the city of Revere, that this City Council pay sincere tribute to his memory by spreading upon the official records of the Revere City Council a copy of this resolution of condolence. This resolution is ordered by the City Council on a roll call of City Councilors Arrigo, Correggio, Giannino, Ganasso, Haas, Patch, Powers, Reardon, Zambuto, and City Councilor Ira Novoselsky voting in the affirmative. Approved by Mayor Daniel Rizzo, attested by City Clerk Ashley Melnick, and signed by City Council President Ira Novoselsky, and witness thereof, this resolution of condolence is given at the City Hall the 7th day of January in the year of our Lord 2013, and of the independence of the United States of America 226th. And I'd now ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence.
Please rise.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for
Thank you,
your indulgence.
Councilor Powers. And may I also state, I'm sorry. It may also state that if anybody was asking why the flags were at half-mast at City Hall and at the Legion, it was for Billy Flynn, and also that we will be working with Nick Boer on establishing a Veterans Memorial for him at a place designated by the city, by the family. Where is he? Nick? Where are you, Nick? Del Vento, where are you? Are you here? No. Is Nick here, Peter? No? Anyway, we did get a call from City Councilor from Winthrop, Nick Del Vento, wishing us well in our years to come. So we thank you for that. And with that, we have a continued motion that has to be moved on tonight. Madam Clerk.
This is a motion presented by Councilor Zambuto that Ashley E. Melnick be reappointed to the position of City Clerk of the City of Revere in accordance with Chapter 17 of the Acts of 2012. On the motion.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Rigo?
Yes.
Councilor Correggio?
Yes.
Councilor Janino?
Yes.
Councilor Guanasso?
Yes.
Councilor Hess? Councilor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Councilor Patch?
Yes.
Councilor Powers?
Yes.
Councilor Reardon?
Yes.
Councilor Zambuto?
Yes.
And the Council President, or Councilor Penta.
Yes. Then we got to fix that line of order.
It's a motion that's passed, and now we will have our swearing in. Now I get to swear her in. So, oh, easy. And may I say as a prelude that if anybody deserves this job, other than what John Henry did for many, many years, it's Ashley Melnick. She has been outstanding. She filled the shoes like nobody would ever have expected from her. But she did yeoman's work. She did chief's work. And she really, really deserves this. And it will be my honor to swear her in as the city clerk. You should know this by heart.
I do.
Okay. So, fill in your name in the space that's provided. I
Ashley Melnick,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as the clerk of the City of Revere,
as the clerk of the City of Revere,
okay, according to the best of my ability and understanding,
according to the best of my ability and understanding,
agreeably to the rules and regulations
agreeably to the rules and regulations
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth.
of the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. And we have, you want to hit the other side too? Okay. We have one more piece of business, and while we're waiting for that piece of business, the mayor has recommended that we all proceed following the meeting for a collation that he is sponsoring downstairs on the main floor. And again, don't go yet. And the food will be there when we get down there. So that he invites us all down there, and we thank him for that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I believe the last motion of the evening.
Motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor request inspectional services to request the owner of the property at 1233 North Shore Road to relocate the dumpster at the rear of the property in the interest of public safety. The present location of the dumpster compromises the view of oncoming traffic from North Shore Road to Shawmut and Sagamore Streets.
Council Powers.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the interest of brevity, the motion speaks for itself.
I was just going to tell you you had 3 minutes to speak. Okay, on the motion, all in favor, all opposed? Voting so ordered. With that, before we adjourn, I just want to let everybody know, again, thank you for coming down tonight. Happy New Year to all. And our next regular meeting will be on January 28th. So with that, motion to adjourn. Adjourned. Thank you.